What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. And today's topic is going to be Apple, right? So anybody who's been paying attention to the stock market knows that Apple has basically corrected itself or is in the process of correcting itself because it was overvalued. And after the split took place, I think Apple was at, I want to say like 135, and I think right now we're at about 106. So it's definitely dropped a bit. But that's, neither here nor there. What I actually want to talk to you guys about today is the big question, should you be buying Apple stock right now, or is it going to dip, or, all these things. Before we begin, I am not a financial advisor. As always, I'm going to say this. So I'm just a guy on the internet, guys. I do this, for fun, and, well, I do it for money, but I also do it for fun for you guys. So take my word with a grain of salt, and let's get into it. So, historically speaking, after iPhone events, right, where Tim Cook or, back in the day, Steve Jobs would get up and they would talk about the new iPhone and all the goodies. Historically speaking, Apple stock dips right after the event and then slowly starts climbing over the following months, right? So, let's say tomorrow, hypothetically speaking, they announce the new phone. They have their little, they have their event, and Tim's like, "Oh, it's going to do all these things. You're going to love it." And then all of a sudden, the stock dips, right? Over the next few months, that stock is just going to rise, right? But here's the thing, guys. Just because something is historic with stocks doesn't mean that it's going to happen again, okay? And I see this all the time, right? People are just, they always look to the past for the future, and you can't do that. You have to basically just play the stock market, right? You have to cost average in, right? So we're at what, 106 right now? And, these guys are like, "Oh, no, don't buy now. Wait, which is always bad advice, guys. Every single time someone tells you to wait to invest, it's just bad advice. Now, there are ways you can approach the situation a little better, and you can gain some value off of certain techniques, but I definitely don't recommend waiting for Apple stock. The stock's already corrected. It's at 106. I mean, it's dropped quite a bit over the last few weeks, and really just waiting is gonna, it could bounce back tomorrow. Let's say it just started heading up tomorrow and it gained like $10, and then it never just drops down, and you miss out on your opportunity, right? So these are things you got to think about. I think it's either at its corrected amount or it's got a little more ways to go, right? I would say as long as the stock's under $110 a share, it's a good buy. You're buying it at a discount right now. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my stake in Apple, which you guys will probably drop your jaw. But I'm going to tell you what I see and how long I've been investing in Apple. So I started investing in Apple back in 2013, and I am at 840 and a half shares, and I plan on buying more, right? So next month, I'm going to probably dump another, I don't know, 4,500, maybe $5,000 into Apple, and just up that up. I'm trying to get to 1,000, and, I think that's a good round number. I'm definitely bullish on Apple. I've made a lot of money off Apple, let's just say that. A lot of money. It's a big part of my portfolio. Not my entire portfolio, but it's a big chunk of my portfolio. And, I've seen what they've gone through. I've seen the ups and downs every single year. They announce the iPhone, and then boom, it goes down, it goes up. So yes, there is some validity to this. But the thing is this, guys, you can't trust that, right? And this is with any stock. My advice with Apple is cost average in, right? So buy, let's say tomorrow you come on and it's 106. Buy a stock, right? Don't spend all your money up front. Then let's say tomorrow you come, you hop on, or not tomorrow, but Tuesday you hop on. Oh, it's down to 103. Buy a share, right? Oh, Wednesday's here. Oh, it's down to 100. Oh, buy another share. You're cost averaging in, right? So you're making sure you don't spend all that money up front and then start getting, it gives you kind of that ability where you're kind of getting a dip, but in a way you're not. But let's say Thursday comes and boom, it shoots up to 109. Oh, dang, it's at 109. And then Friday comes and it shoots up to 116 or something. These are all hypothetical, right? But this is why you want to cost average in, because you're going to make more money if you do that, or it gives you better odds of making more money if you do that, and you get your average price where you want it. You want it low, right? And I only really, like, I have one rule, really. I'm only going to buy a stock if it's dipped, if it's either at or close at or below my average buying price, right? That's just how I am. So that's kind of like now how I feel about how Apple's doing right now. What I really want to talk about is where I see the stock going, and kind of what I have in mind, or like what I think is going to happen. So I did pull up a few things, right? We have the Forbes article. They're just talking about the new design of the iPhone, right? So the iPhone 12. You know, I don't know if this is really it right here. I guess these are concept renders according to these guys. Who knows? I don't know. Anyways, they're talking about all the technology in it. This is going to be a pretty big iPhone, you guys, mainly for a couple reasons, right? So 5G, you know, it's the first 5G iPhone that there is going to be. So people are going to want that, right? You know, they're going to want the 5G fast internet, right? That's what 5G is. It's the new and improved, right? So a lot of people out there are ready to upgrade. There's people walking around with iPhone 6s who've been holding off specifically because they want 5G. And this is their opportunity. So I see a lot of these iPhone 12s being purchased. And then, you know, just the normal upgrades, right? The better CPU, the A12 CPU chip, right? With GPU gains, 40, I mean, it's crazy that they're actually gaining this much speed in their processing power every year. 40 to 50% is insane. Like, pretty soon your phone's going to be AI, like, it's going to be able to think for its damn self. But anyways, you know, I kind of got off track there. But yeah, I mean, you know, you're talking about fast speeds for the processor, fast internet speeds. You know, the phone's going to be a brand new thing. And, you know, Apple's going to sell a lot of them. Let's just be honest. Apple's going to sell a lot of iPhone 12s. Everybody's going to want the new 5G iPhone. It's just the way it is. So, you know, get used to that. So this is one thing I'm really excited about here in the near future. Some people will tell you, you know, oh, you know, don't buy Apple. They're, you know, they've already hit their market penetration. You know, they only have, they're relying on other products now because everybody has an iPhone, right? So, oh, they're, you know, they got to sell watches to get ahead, or they got to do their new little services to get ahead. Guys, here's the thing. Year over year, Apple has been growing, right? So their services that they've been putting out have actually been gaining more money every single year. And they just came out with that new, new Apple One? It's like $14 a month or something. And, you know, it gives you, I think, music, TV, it gives you news, it gives you everything, right? So you got all these different things. And people are going to buy that because people want an all-in-one package. Ask people who buy Amazon Prime, you know? So keep that in mind. That's one thing that I can see them making a lot of money on in the future. But we're not actually, you know, the investors for Apple, including myself, we're not at peak penetration for the market. Because look at this. After years of setbacks, Apple launches online sales in India this week, guys. So here's the deal. If you're not aware of this, overseas, there are still markets where Apple just doesn't have any kind of grip, you know. India is one of them, you know, and China even, you know, a lot of people in China, they like using their Android, homegrown Android phones like Huawei. You know, it's actually, it takes a lot of money to get an iPhone in places like these. So there is room for growth here. And this is a whole new market, right? So, you know, this is coming on the 23rd. Everybody's waiting for the iPhone event. Oh, iPhone this, iPhone that, iPhone this. Guys, these are the kind of things you really got to pay attention to, right? Penetrating a new market, right? Getting into a new opportunity where over a billion people are in that market who are going to have this opportunity, right? And then, of course, you're going to have your brick and mortar stores coming out next year. So this is stuff that I wish people would really look at. You know, everybody always thinks U.S. based, but with worldwide companies, you guys, you have to think on a higher level. You have to think, all right, where is this not being sold, and where is their money, right? Where is their money to be made? India, all right. I guarantee as soon as these brick and mortar shops like start popping up, and as soon as the Apple online still starts popping up, I mean, you may think that everybody has an iPhone, but guess what? Not everybody does, and a lot of people are going to start buying this stuff. So, you keep that in mind. So that's one other thing I'm really excited about, and that's 1 billion people. How much does an iPhone cost? Anywhere from what, like I think like 600, 500 to like 1,000. That's 1 billion. That's another $1 trillion, and that's not even including services or watches or computers. Like, obviously not everybody in India is going to buy one of these things, but this is just stuff to think about, guys. So I would say this. If you're waiting for an iPhone event to buy Apple, don't. Because on the 23rd, they're launching online sales in India. That should be reason enough to start buying Apple right now. It's the 18th. Or what day is it actually? It's the 20th. Holy crap, I'm stuck in the past. This is happening in 3 days. So just, think about this kind of stuff when you guys are investing, right? Apple's a good company. They make money. Their revenue is always on point. They're profitable, and do like me. I mean, I have watched my portfolio go down by like $30,000 over the last couple of weeks. But you know what? I'm not tripping out, guys, because I know that Apple's just going to go back up, and they're going to go back up in a mean way. I am sticking with them, and honestly, like my 5-year target for them is definitely over $400 a share. Like, I see them going up quite a bit. So yeah, that's the video, guys. Sorry, I've ranted a little longer than I normally do. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications. I'm going to put my Robinhood link down below for you guys in case you're curious or want to get yourself a free stock. So go ahead and click that if you're in the market for getting into investing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.